Hey guys, I'm Cody, Turbine Past Life Pro, and for this Minecraft shader tutorial, I'm going to teach you how you can get this modified SEUS V11 shader up and running for yourself. Just by looking at my script, I have so many code tweaks to touch on, so if anything, I'm going to try to keep this tutorial as semi-short as I can possibly make it. Though even so, it'll likely still be incredibly long. If anything, I'm aiming for under 10 minutes. Fingers crossed. So yeah, think of this as me quickly moving through all my SEUS V11 tutorials in one video. My friends, let's get to it. First, have your fresh copy of the SEUS V11 Shaders Pack ready to go on the desktop. Second, make sure you've downloaded the items I've linked you in the description below this video. Inside, you'll find Virtual Conquer 85's Volumetric Light Improvement code file, my shaders options settings for the modified SEUS V11, as well as pictures of my in-game video settings. Virtual Conquer's code will be used to improve our volumetric light, pretty easy to understand. As for the shaders options text file, for whatever name your shaders pack is, I want you to copy it and give the name to the text file. When you add the shaders pack as well as this to your shaders packs folder, all my current shader options settings will instantly take over for yourself. You can do this before or after this tutorial, just the names have to be identical. And as for those pics of my settings, those should be extremely self-explanatory. I do hope you'll get some use out of them. Now that you're all set up and up to speed, let's begin modifying the shader. Access the folder, access the shaders folder, and locate gbuffers_terrain.fsh. Use Notepad++, open it up. We'll first start with getting Palm up to speed. Lines 230, 349, and 456. Do as I do. Change each and every 20.0f to instead 150.0f. This may lag a little bit on certain computers, so it's up to you on how much distance you want the palm to stretch out to. Line 250. This number without a doubt adjusts your palm intensity, or how much 3D effect is present. For use with the Soartex survival resource pack that I've been using, I've actually felt it best to keep the number the same. For your chosen resource pack, whatever number you choose is fully up to you. Just thought I'd touch on this. Line 269. Change 2.0f to 0.2f. Line 267. Change to 1.0. That's all for Palm. Save and exit. Now, let's get the miscellaneous tab up and running. Access shader.properties. Open it up. Line 20. To make that line accessible, simply go to the end of line 19 and press return or enter, whichever one does that. On line 20, I want you to type screen.misc equals star. Now, bring your cursor to the end of line 15 and add a space. Press the left bracket key, then type MISC, exactly how I did. Save and exit. Now, let's set up some waving tabs, as well as implement some new ones into the newly created MISC tab. Access gbuffers_terrain.vsh. Open it up. All throughout this section of the tutorial, we're going to be writing in our own code, so just don't mess anything up and you'll be fine. Scroll down to lines 44 to 46. Just as I do, type out #define waving_grass, #define waving_wheat, and #define waving_leaves. Line 313. Type out #ifdef waving_grass. Line 389. Type #endif. Let's continue on the rest. Line 392. Type #ifdef waving_wheat. Line 423. Type #endif. Line 428. Type #ifdef waving_leaves. Line 468. Type #endif. Save and exit. Access shadow.vsh. Open it up. Just like you've been doing, just do as I do. On lines 32 and 33, just type out hashtag define waving underscore shadow underscore grass and hashtag define waving underscore shadow underscore leaves. Line 212. Type hashtag ifdef waving underscore shadow underscore grass. Line 289. Type hashtag endif. Line 290. Type hashtag ifdef waving underscore shadow underscore leaves. Line 329. Type hashtag endif. That's it for this section. Save and exit. Now it's time to increase the brightness of night a bit. Access composite1.fsh. Open it up. Line 2956. Remove a 0. Now that that's done, it's time to improve the watercolor. Line 2489. Replace this current set of numbers to instead read 0.2, 1.3, 2.0, and for the last one, 1.0. Line 2490. Change 0.01 to instead 0.008. Now, on to another large section. It's time we improve the look of volumetric light. Though before we do that, there are some steps I want you to take so as to make it easier on yourself. Like I'm doing here, minimize and drag the composite1.fsh tab aside so that it's its own separate workspace. This will allow us to put all the text files that we'll be working with essentially together. Open up the composite2.fsh text file, as well as Virtual Conqueror's volumetric light improvement text file. First, let's mess with the composite1.fsh. Lines 70 to 77. As you see me doing, add an alpha channel to each of these lines. Line 2585. Change this here void to float. And also on the same line, remove in-out float color space. Lines 2587 to 2588. Highlight and delete all the code on those lines. Line 2591. Change 5.0 to 4.0. Line 2593. Change 280.0F to 30.0F. Line 2595. Change the 1 at the end of calculate dither pattern to a 2. Line 2627. Remove the space plus 0.0018F. And on the same line, replace the ending 4 with a 2. Lines 2654 to 2686. Highlight all the code within those lines, then press delete. Copy lines 7 to 9 in the volumetric light improvement text file, then paste them on what is now 2654. Lines 2979 to 2982. Highlight all the code within those lines, and press delete. Lines 3005 to 3006. Highlight all the code within those lines, and press delete. Copy lines 16 to 23 in the volumetric light improvement text file, then paste them onto what is now line 3005. Save, but keep this tab open, because we're still going to be changing some more code pieces in it a bit later. Click on composite2.fsh. Line 25. Change the existing false to true. Line 1628. Change the void to vec3, and on that same line, remove vec to chord, comma, space. Lines 1630 to 1640. Highlight all the code within those lines, and press delete. Copy line 30 in the volumetric light improvement text file, then paste it onto what is now 1630. Line 1636. Replace raise with VL sample. Line 1651. Replace surface.color plus equals with instead return. Line 1729. Highlight all the code on that line and press delete. Copy line 34 in the volumetric light improvement text file, then paste it onto that same line, line 1729. Line 1651. Change the end in 1 to a 5. Save and exit out of both composite 2.fsh as well as the volumetric light improvement text file. Let's continue to the next section, which is adjusting light source brightness. In the composite 1.fsh, make your way down to line 2929. Change the existing 2.0f to 4.0f. Line 2930. Change to 1.0f. Line 2931. 0.35f. Line 2932. 0.1f. Line 2933. 0.8f. Line 2934. 0.025f. Save and exit. Now time to improve the colors plus some visuals all throughout night and day. Access and open composite1.vsh. Line 92. Change to 2.00. Line 93. 1.08. Line 95. 0.75f. Line 105. 1.135. Line 106. 1.105. Line 107, 1.05. Line 141. For this RGB setup, just adding what I say. 3.0f, 2.5f, 0.1f, and for the last one, 0.1f. Line 142. Same as before, just do as I do. 0.9f, 1.45f, and 3.0f. Line 129. 1.08. Line 143. 0.009f, 0.0002f, 0.810f, and for the last one, 0.0009f. Save and exit. Access and open composite2.vsh. Line 143. 0.005f, 0.01f, 1.9f, and for the last, 0.0030f. Save and exit. Now time to improve the look of the clouds. Open up composite1.fsh. Line 1972. Change 3.0f to 90.0f. Line 1985. Change 20 to 40. Line 1961. Let's change the height of the 3D clouds to 440.0f. Line 1920. Change to instead 8.0f. Save and exit. Second to the last section, let's keep going. Open up gbuffers_water.fsh. Line 3. Go instead with 1.3f. If you didn't already know what this was, well, I made the 3D waters a little bit more 3D. My treat. Save and exit. Last section, we're gonna update the exposure. Open up final.fsh. Line 659. 75.0f. Line 693. To work with this code piece, we first need to remove the 2 starting slashes. Ah yes, remove 0.5 and change it to 0.2. My friends, you have gotten through absolutely everything. So yeah, do enjoy the SEUS V11 Modified. Save, and let's go check this out in Minecraft. If this How to SEUS V11 Modified tutorial was of any use to you, then do hit that like button. And before you go, don't forget to check out my channel for some more Minecraft tutorials, some pro quality cinematics, and a bunch of other videos that you shouldn't miss. Anyways, I'm Cody, and this is Past Life Pro, where creativity is always a part of my life, as it will be for yours. Alright, see you guys.